Ready.
WROL.
Oh my god.
Welcome to WROL Broadcast. I am Hate Mail. With me today I have Loot, Kage, M4, and Sheriff Lobo.
Hey guys!
Hello.
And this is our tier list for the month. We are doing September, right? Yeah, September's tier list. We are giving up on doing the early game special characters because honestly we have no idea. Kage is the only one who has any clue, and they're pretty much like 5 characters. Larfleeze, Hiregun, Deadshot. Maybe I'll mark those. The ones I know for sure. Maybe I'll mark them before I send them to the dude. And then I'll just let you guys kind of look over them. So yeah, if they have a $sign, they're ones that serve you well early game, late game. That's going to be really the only defining factor. And then let's go ahead and just get right into it. We got one note we're not going to do. I know last month we kind of did early thoughts on the 2 new characters, the reworked, but we really don't have those this time. All right, so let's just go ahead and start with the first one. Don't know how he ends up on the list every month, but Blue Beetle, still an F tier in my book. Kage,
F.
Loot,
He gets a big 0.
Sheriff,
F minus.
and M4.
F.
Okay, so he's still an F4, still an F. And one other one that pops up on the list, let's just go ahead and get to him real quick, is Etrigan. Doombox wanted us to give him an F tier. I'm still voting S.
Oh, well, actually, while he's prevalent, I think you want to talk about Etrigan.
Not really. He's not as good as everyone says he is, but that, Slobies was right. He's available, and I understand that.
Loot.
Well, hang on a second. Doombox wanted an F?
Yeah, Doombox says he stinks for some
F?
reason. Yeah.
That's really bad. I don't know if what is he talking about? What is his reasoning for that?
It's a running gag.
Oh, okay.
They're not gonna cut that out now, Kage.
So you guys said S? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I say S.
I'm going with A.
Oh, hey, huh?
I'm not high on Etrigan. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
Yeah, but if you want, you can use him to cheese matches and win, and that in my book is an S tier character.
Can you?
Yeah. All you gotta do is get
Oh
one
my
kill.
god. Etrigan sat on my bench for like a year and a half.
I don't use him a ton, but you can.
Well, that's not his fault, though. It's yours. I don't use him either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really use him, but you can. If you are limited roster, you can use him to win matches that you have no business winning.
Maybe I'll give him another chance, but I'm still going to say A right now because
Okay.
I haven't seen it firsthand.
And Sheriff?
S.
Okay. So we'll... And I'm using the letters.
What are you doing, Hate? They're supposed to be numbers.
Yeah, I just remembered. Okay, so we'll keep him an S tier for now. And how come that computed an A when it's supposed to be S?
Oh, because you need to get a 4.75 average.
Okay, so he's an S.
I put so much time to compute, and then he just does whatever he wants.
So I see a few people wanted to talk about Chemo, and he was a siege tomb, so that usually is the we tend to upgrade or downgrade characters. For me, Chemo, I actually voted him D prior, I think. Now I have him firmly in the F tier because, oh my god, he was terrible. He was so bad in Siege. Every time I put him in a team, it just means he automatically died. Kage, what do you think? We'll move to you first because I know M4's going to have a lot to say.
He requires more than 1 brain cell to use, more than 2. I'd say he probably requires your entire brain to use, and even then, I think he still sucks.
So what would be your vote?
F.
F, okay. Loot.
He's an F tier. He's terrible. Rework him tomorrow.
And
See, you guys are tough.
Sheriff Lobo.
I have him a D. I actually used him quite a bit in Siege. I don't think he was good by any means at all, but he survived for me, so he wasn't a quick die. I don't think he applies enough bleeds. His damage sucks. He only has one damage move. I never even used that useless third ability, and I would never use him other than a Siege bonus tune. But I actually did use him on a few teams, and it was nice to have, a little bit of damage from a green that wouldn't, die from a green-red heavy team on the Obsidian. So D.
Okay. So we will. And Sheriff. I mean, not Sheriff. M4. You look. I see you have.
Yeah.
That's a C, right?
Well, that might be a mistake. He's a D. Sorry. So he needs a lot of work, but he's not completely useless. So if you, let's say, pair him with like a Constantine, where you put the taunt on him, and then the other team is already bleeding, he'll get the mends, and then when his turn comes up, he gets like I don't know, 1.5 health, and then he can tank all of the hits. But he does need a lot of work just to be useful, but that's what makes him a D, but he's not like Ras Al Ghul that's just completely useless outside of raids.
It looks like based on your scoring model, that takes him to an F.
Damn it.
Suicide Squad Hitman, Deadshot, whatever you want to call him. So we touched on him originally. Our old score was an A. Now that we've used him for the entire month, I'm still going to go with an A. I think he's a pretty solid character. Kage, your thoughts?
I like him as an A. He's very squishy. He needs a little bit of support, but that doesn't come from synergy. That comes from, hey, run Aquaman, run Donna Troy, run Black Lightning, keep him healthy, and you'll be good.
Luke, your thoughts on Suicide Squad Deadshot?
I don't know. Maybe I'd probably give an A also. I think his retaliation move that he does is so useful. So, yeah, other than the fact that he's really squishy, I think he's an A.
M4?
Yeah, he says solid A. If you can rebirth him to like RB2 or 3, he'll be a monster because he'll survive the hits, and then you don't want to touch him, right? Because that retaliation is just...
That AoE is death.
Yeah, he's rising on my potential rebirth list. Now that I have Killer Frost RB3, I'm actually out of shards for my stun team, so now I'm debating on who's next. And he's one that's strongly in consideration. Sheriff Lobo?
Yeah, I'd give him an A also. I really like his second move. It's really awesome, and his retaliation. But, on defense, I'm not super scared of him because you can kind of just leave him alone, and then, he's not that big of a threat if you just leave him alone. And on offense, too, you just kind of leave him alone, and with that retaliation, he'll do his work. Squishy, I hate his leader ability. I've never once, even on, offense or defense, seen anybody evade with those 2 evasions. So it's...
You just brought up a really good point. So we're saying he's an A character, and I do agree with that, but he's got one ability that is completely useless. Mm-hmm. So we're giving him an A on 4 skills.
Right, he would have been an S tier if he had a better leader.
Yeah, I agree. Or even make it not a leader and give him another passive.
Yeah, which might have brought him into S tier because he's...
I agree.
Yeah, total waste.
Yeah, I don't know why they really tried to double down on the evasion, but...
I don't get the evasions at all.
They love evasions. As is
I
evidence.
think maybe, what would have been cool if they gave him one of his passes, maybe would be invisibility. Let him survive a little bit more.
Actually, you want him to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. The retaliation. I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, maybe give him, maybe that as a second passive where he has crit immunity for 1 or 2 turns. That he would be S tier 100% then.
I
But
would
you know
have...
what else? think about what True Sight does, right? And isn't Deadshot supposed to be like he could make a shot from like
Right.
5 billion
Yeah,
miles
True Sight would have
away,
been nice.
ricochet it off the wall and hit the guy in the eyeball.
Yeah. It would have been. Do you remember my proposal from a few months ago? Just give him like the team-wide can't miss for the first turn that you
Yeah.
can't purge. That
That'd be
would have
nice.
made him S tier.
I think
Yeah.
that devs probably read that, and then they wanted to rework that into this, his rework, but then they were like, nah, this guy's OP with that.
Yeah, he'd be S tier for sure.
I see you have Joker, Clown Prince of Crime as
Crown
a...
Prince of Crime.
I'm tired, man. Joker, CPOC, Sheriff Lobo, you had him on here. You wanted to take him below F tier, it looks like.
Well, I thought 0 was F.
Well,
Yes,
he's already
that's
F, though.
Well,
I didn't put the Y on there. Somebody else did. I just added the 0.
I did because it's mandatory. We talk about the siege tunes because we always change
Oh,
our
okay.
minds. Maybe except for this one.
I was gonna say,
I didn't change my mind. I think he's crap.
Yeah, I think so too.
he is down there.
He's
in
trash.
in the worst
Lower
of
than
the
F,
worst.
he is T tier. He is trash tier. He is a garbage can. Throw him in.
He's so bad, I did not use him a single time on a single team this siege.
Neither did I.
Yep.
Not once. And I mean, I have him geared and leveled, which again is another huge mistake, but
Yeah.
no.
If I have
Not-
to beg the devs for another character to de-gear, he's going to be my
Him.
first choice.
hmm
I actually
Good
think Braz is better.
Excellent choice.
Okay, I forgot to mark this earlier, but we should talk about Constantine. I want to bring him up.
Okay, let's talk about Constantine because we don't have too many characters. So right now we have him. Yeah, I think you're right. So right now we have him
Yeah,
listed
you're right.
as
I
a
did miss
B.
him. Yeah.
But we were so infatuated with Hal Jordan
Yeah,
disabling Constantine, we kind of overlooked that his biggest strength is calling assist, and he has 2 call assist moves. And you bring in someone like Man-Bat, you bring in like a debuffer, it doesn't matter. He will wreck.
and
Constantine makes your team better.
He's scary, and I cannot believe he's a siege tune again, which is crazy.
I know. What's up with that?
They
He's
love
so
Constantine.
frustrating.
He's so dangerous.
This is
So
his
frustrating.
4th siege tune.
What was that, Sheriff?
It's his 4th siege as a siege tune.
Yeah, it's,
It is.
it's a bit much. He's one of the most annoying players to face.
Mhm.
He's become the new Dead. What's his name? Deathstroke.
I have to say Adam was pretty smart rebirthing him. I think he took him to RB2. If he's going to be in Siege every other month, I might rebirth him.
Shoot.
But then it's so
I'm saving my things for Kaga.
But why though? He never gets hit.
But he'll
And
hit harder.
He already wrecks you.
Yeah, but then right now he does a lot of damage to physical and mystics. If he's rebirthed multiple times, he's just going to one-shot them.
Yeah, and plus, like,
He'll be harder to one-shot.
yeah,
I mean, granted,
like my AWLX cannot one-shot a rebirth character that's shielded. Think about, AWLX versus like an RB5 Constantine. You gotta pump those numbers up, man.
yeah.
Well, that's why you need booster gold.
Yeah,
Correct.
well, that's why we rebirth them. But
And guess what? I'm not playing Seeds. I'm not playing Wraith this week. So no extra booster gold for me.
I'm definitely getting a few extra shards, just in case.
I'm gonna get into RB3.
No, I'm in protest. I'm not playing Wraith ever again.
Oh wow.
All right, so your score, Kage,
Hi.
4.5.
4.5. Okay. How about you, Loot? What would you give Constantine?
I give him an A.
4. That's a solid 4.
How about you, M4? You're doing a 4. Sheriff Lobo?
Yep.
You agree with A as well?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I almost want to give him a B because it's just so annoying because to really maximize his value, you have to have somebody die on your team and to succeed.
I have
Can't
been
do
using I've been using him a lot off lead because as a leader, he doesn't do anything for me because I don't want to lose any tune in Siege, right? So I just put him out of the leader spot, and he has a lot of synergies. Like in the last Siege, I use him a lot with, what's his name? Man-Bat and Chemo, and it does wonders.
The call assist and the, putting a taunt on whoever you want to is pretty awesome.
Yep.
And while we're on that topic, we do need to congratulate Sheriff Lobos as King of Siege, as always. Actually, his new nickname is the Professor. So he has won Siege yet again. And granted, this one probably isn't as coveted due to the Siege nonsense. But still, you still won fair and square. You did have a strong competitor, and you demoralized him to the point where he dropped out. Or he got frustrated with the game. One of the two, but still.
Well, many thanks.
Yep, so congratulations. And hopefully next month they don't do the sale so we can have a few more individuals give you some competition. I will say, we'll give you some props, Adam. You really gave him a run for the money before you decided to stop buying. So,
it was back and forth there for a good week and a half.
There was one person that kept trying, and it wasn't Adam.
Lucas?
Maybe it was Lucas.
I don't think he bought everything, though, initially.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe he thought like he had a chance, then he started buying more.
Maybe at
like
the end.
He rose. Like he definitely was close. Not that close, but close enough.
All right, so let's move on to Killer Croc. I am not high on him at all. He never does anything. He doesn't. I had 3 freaking taunters, and the stupid guy wouldn't even proc. He just stinks. So I'm voting C. Kage.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
I wouldn't go that low. My thought on him is probably B. So it's nice if Castaway launches his AoE and he goes invisible, but then he still got a taunt. The only drawback is that if there's no other taunters and you're trying to go after someone else other than the guy who just attacked Croc, you're stuck attacking, Castaway. So it's I don't know, 50-50. Can be useful, might hurt you.
What I would have happen is Power Girl would do an AoE and then get a taunt again, and then she would just keep punching like a maniac, and he would just die to her, even though he supposedly steals her strength ups. And
He does.
I mean, he does if he gets a turn, but I'm just stuck punching the taunter over and over because they're the ones who attack him. It's just if you have good RNG, he's a great tune. If you do not have good RNG, he's a terrible tune. Loot. Speaking of bad RNG.
I give him a C. I don't like him. I'm sorry.
Me and Lou have bad RNG. What a
I think he's
surprise.
terrible.
Wow.
I'm with Hate on that. But you know what? To be totally fair, Hate and I have pretty much the same RNG. So we usually synergize on the tunes. So I'm totally going with a C.
M4, I know you like him a lot more than most.
Yeah, but he's a B. I can't honestly say he's an A because he needs a lot of work, needs a lot of help. But his 3 hits a lot harder after the rework. He can consistently one-hit KO Constantine. He's my backup plan to Booster. If Booster doesn't get the true side, just give it to Croc, and then he goes to town. He just jumps him and he's dead. And then, of course, if you have great RNG, he just demolishes every taunter. Donna Troy, even Power Girl.
I don't like facing him. He does wreck Donna Troy. Even Donna Troy.
He's scary, right? You don't want to use him, but at the same time, you don't want to face him.
Sheriff, your thoughts?
Yeah, he's a B for me. I did the exact same thing in Siege that M4 just said. So when I face Constantine teams, I would usually use Hal Jordan, Chemo, Booster, and Croc, and take out Constantine either with Booster or Croc, depending on where the true sight landed on that first turn. If his retaliation against Taunter was 100%, I think he would be
almost broken.
Yeah,
he might be broken.
Mm-hmm.
So M4, these cells, you have 2 people voting C, 1 person voting A B.
Yeah, it's
Two
gonna.
people voting B,
it's-
but it's still showing as a C. I don't. We'll do B.
Yeah, override. Do your hate thing.
just seemed a little off to me. That's all. All right, we have Livewire. Or is Lobo? Excuse me.
No,
Sorry.
Lobo.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong cell. So we have Lobo. I guess we wanted to revisit. We have him as a B. Currently, I think I would probably stay with a B
Really?
personally. Kage?
Yeah, I think he's a B. He's annoying to
I
fight,
mean, he's
but
meant to die. So
yeah,
I mean,
he's
if you're-
annoying, but he's not
I
unbearable.
think he's a B.
I guess that was my problem with him. I played him too much not to die in Siege. I barely used him. I even ballsied him, took him to level 80, but he still would die. He can stack those stamina ups, but it doesn't do anything. He just dies. And
Well, I
don't
used
like
him
dying.
on Revenge. I never used him in regular, but I used him on Revenge nonstop with Constantine, and he was fantastic because I didn't mind if I died.
Right.
So,
That's-
I mean, that's what his purpose is. Yeah, if the purpose was to never die, then yeah, I mean, he's probably a C. But I'm using him with his skill set, and not every. I mean, there's with 100+ characters now. The goal is to bring characters for their intended purpose, and my purpose.
So
for him is to die.
basically, you're saying he's a B because he's great at dying.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is. He's awesome at dying.
Yeah,
And you know
dies,
what?
he
He
taunts,
used to
he
be kind of
bleeds.
tanky. He is not tanky anymore.
No,
He's
The new
not
slate
at
of
all.
characters rip through him so bad.
Yep. That's why I brought him down to a C. Well, you're right. If your criteria for him being a B is him dying, then yes.
I mean,
He's really good at dying.
that is his purpose. He dies, bleeds, taunts. That's what he does. He does it well. Sheriff, I see you agree with M4 on the C.
Yeah, I think he's a slightly better chemo. I like the taunt, so sometimes I would use him even in a regular siege match just for the taunt, but like I said, he's not tanky enough for that to be sustainable. And actually, he sometimes, I was excited to see him on the opponent's team because let's say you've got Man-Bat,
Yep.
Lobo, you just plug in Larfleeze there, take out Lobo 3 times, and then Man-Bat is gone.
I really liked Lobo to cheese some revenge matches. Like, I remember getting stuck on some matches, and I was like, hey, what do I do? Hey, it's like, dude, just run Constantine Lobo. And then
It
he
worked.
just die. Yeah, it worked.
That kept me in the top 20 without spending hardly any gems.
Cheese a win. Yeah, I like him. I like him dying. I know he's supposed to be a tank, but he got the revives. So imagine him being tanky and he revives. That's broken, dude.
Next on the list, and I still don't understand this average. I thought 2.7 was a B.
It is a B. Should be a B.
Come on.
No. Fine. I'll fix that.
I mean, that's like over. Yeah.
No, B is a 3.
7.5. It has to make it a
Yeah, it's
7.5.
right. Yeah.
Okay, so
Come on, people. Low B. Low B, high C kind of character.
So next on the list is Man-Bat. I think we're all pretty high on him. He
Yes.
is. I was going back and forth between A and S, and I think I'm gonna go S because he survives super well. Diseases are a pain. He's much scarier on defense than on offense, but on offense he's still extremely good. And those
He
dirty
can take
10
over a match. He takes over a match.
and even with Hal Jordan, he's still scary.
Right, because he does his work around turn 2 or 3. That's when it starts to happen, right?
And even in the dirty 10.5ers, they hate him.
Yeah,
Nice.
because it's almost impossible to kill.
I wish. And mostly costly. He's got
Yeah,
an RB2.
I'm jealous
so
of that
jealous
RB
now.
too.
I'm so jealous of that now.
So
I wish I wasn't
I
protesting
was
at the
going to
time.
jump in and say I totally regret not buying more Man-Bat packs. I would have bought no Talia packs. I mean, we're going to be swimming in Talia.
Yeah.
There's so much of her. It's like
I
ridiculous.
would be swimming in her too, man.
I bet you would. Swimming in that back door. So I regret it. I would have taken him definitely a RB2. He's freaking amazing. S tier.
He's
Kage?
just missing one thing on it. Oh, go ahead, Kage.
Oh, I'm
I'll
sorry. I thought
chime in
Kage,
later.
you were still. I just needed your score.
I don't know. He's a high A for me. He doesn't bring that much outside of his disease. So a high A.
Yes.
But he
So-
spreads that disease so well.
He's everything Adam wishes he was.
Yes.
All right, M4. Have at it.
So the reason I didn't give him an S rating is because he's super slow, which is perfectly fine, right?
If he
'cause
wasn't
otherwise
super
he'd be-
slow, he'd be
He'd be broken. He'd be broken.
absolutely
So
broken.
Right. The thing that's missing in his kit is he should have gotten the skill that Captain Atom has. The one that if you hit him, you're gonna get disease. If
If they did that, it would be so. I mean, he would be horrifying.
he is gonna be horrifying. You
He
don't want to
already
hit
is
him.
horrifying.
Yeah.
Dude, he's crit immune. Come on, I don't want to. You have
mean-
you have no choice but to touch him.
No, but he still has a weakness though. If you stun him and then you kill his teammates and you have Larfleeze, he's not even gonna do anything.
But that's only one strategy to beat him.
Yeah.
Correct. Right. If you don't have the right strategy to deal with him, he's just gonna be
I've made
standing there until.
many times where I don't go in with my stun team and I'm using like bonus alliance tunes or whatever, and then
Yeah, he's-
every time I underestimate in bat, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, and then I have to go back and bring in my stun team. So I don't know, he scares the crap out of me. He's the only character in the game right now that really scares me. Sheriff?
I think he's almost a S, but I'm gonna go with M4 and say he's an A. He's slow, and one of the things that I've dealt with him is that when I use him on a team, for him to be effective, you've got to get rid of those, Hal Jordan debuff immunity. So you've got to use somebody like Wonder Girl a lot of times, who, in my experience, by the time you use like your heavy hitters, Wonder Girl, everybody's already dead before you have time to spread the disease around. So
She can purge the stupid disease too, because of course she does everything. But
yeah. So and also on the other side, you can't out disease him. Well, if you've got Man-Bat on your team and Man-Bat on the other team, I had this happen at least 3 times in Siege where I would try to do that, use Man-Bat against Man-Bat, and I would usually get 2 people killed, and then by the time that his disease sucked everybody dead except Hal Jordan, and then it was a stalemate. So I had like 3 stalemates in Siege because I couldn't do anything. Hal Jordan couldn't die, and he also couldn't kill the other Hal Jordan. So
yeah,
he's
And then-
scary that way. But if you try to out disease him, it never worked for me.
It's never gonna work because the more tunes you have, the worse it's for your team, right?
Mhm.
The more disease will spread, and then he's right there. He's so slow. The disease is not gonna affect him until he takes his turn. So
Mhm.
never gonna go end well for you. And also, the reason he's not an S tier for me is he needs a lot of help, right? So his best friend in Siege, I think, is Constantine. Like the usual, put the taunt on him, and then he'll just jump twice, and then whoever it is, if it's Donatroy, they're dead.
yeah, he's
He's-
super good. I mean, if Hal Jordan didn't have, if Hal Jordan didn't exist, Man-Bat would just take over the game right now.
Yeah.
He'll be an S. He'll be S tier for sure.
I mean, Wonder Woman Pot is the only other counter to him, and she's not that good at it.
Nope.
Nope.
And you wanted him S tier or her S tier at M4.
Well, that was last month. She's great. She's great though. She's great.
Yeah, I mean she's very good, but so I guess we'll leave him A since he's borderline, but we want to make us a difficult club to get into, but he's definitely as close to S tier as you could possibly get.
Right.
Power Girl, we're revisiting. You know what? It's funny because I used her quite a bit the other day, and I'm actually back to A. When I face
Told
her,
ya.
she's S every time, but when I use her, she struggles to be an A. Because mine just dies all the time. And she never she never heals, she never gets death immunity.
Right. She's only very good at protecting your team on turn 1. Everything else is a crapshoot.
Kage,
4. Same reason as you.
Loot.
For me personally, Power Girl is a B. She's not an A. I can't even use her because my RNG is so bad that she dies. Like,
Mine doesn't double punch either. She just single punch.
She doesn't heal. She doesn't double punch. She barely gets strength ups. She usually gets hit with some bleeds and a heal immunity, and then she's dead.
Sheriff, I see you're still.
Yeah, I'm keeping her as an S. I feel the same way you all do. Like, she doesn't double punch a lot for me. She never gets the same death immunity, but she's still, in my opinion, one of the scariest tombs to face. You have to prioritize dealing with her first, or
Yeah, I mean, I 100% on defense. She's S tier all the way. I don't know.
Well,
I totally agree.
let me ask you this.
Defense
Let me ask you
is
this.
S.
Well, let me ask you this, Lobo. What is she bringing to the table that makes your team better?
the first turn death immunity. So like Atrocitus teams, you know, she's kind of the saving grace. If you face Atrocitus teams, she's, you know, like works magic for me a lot of times there.
M4, I think I forgot to chime in on you. But I know you vote A.
Yeah, just because of her inconsistency. Turn 1, she's an S tier. After that, you're RNG dependent. So
Alright, so I guess we'll leave her an A. I was really thought I was going to change that, but then after using her for a week, I just was highly disappointed. And last on the list is Talia, who we had a meta report that came out a few days ago, even though we just recorded it 30 minutes ago. But haven't got to play with her real long, but I played with her a whole heck of a lot in the last couple of days, and I really like her, so I'm voting A. Kage, your thoughts?
So it took some warming up for me to do because I don't have as many bleeders as you. And then once you started posting out some, you know, tech for her, I figured you don't need to run her on a full bleed team or evasion team. She kind of just fits wherever, and she just does her work. Her positive things are she's not that squishy. You know, she hits really hard. She can steal purge. She can steal buffs. Gets death immunity. She's all around really well-rounded. I think A is a fair
Yeah, I
rating.
mean, I don't even think she's a high A, but I think she's in that kind of solid A period. Luke,
Yeah.
I know you haven't played with her a ton, but
Yeah, I mean, the little I played with her, I didn't really study her kit, so I was just like messing around. And at first, I thought she was like a C or even a D, but that's when she was R2. So, you know, now she's L5. I haven't really given her a shot. Based on what you guys are saying, it sounds like she's A, but I have to figure that out for myself.
M4, you haven't geared her, correct?
I don't have her geared,
Okay.
and I've seen a ton of videos. I don't know why you all think she's an A. She's a fun character, though. What does she do better than the other A's?
Well, it's not that she doesn't do anything particularly better, but she has a little bit of everybody. And a lot of times the well-rounded characters aren't real good, but she does.
That's a nice pun there. She's well-rounded. I think that's where the vote is coming from. You're thinking from your loins or something.
No, I actually gave her.
Really not.
I went into it thinking she was going to be crap, and expecting maybe to set my expectations low. But I thought, Sheriff Lobo, have you geared her?
I have not. She's still like gear 2 for me. So I haven't played her a single time.
So maybe it was because I was expecting her to be terrible that I was pleasantly surprised. But I don't know. She holds her own. I mean, I have matches where she's the only reason I won the match.
Yeah, that death immunity really comes in clutch. 7 bleeds is no joke. That's a fourth of their life.
I mean, think about it.
That's close to a
We
fourth of their
gave
life.
Suicide Squad Deadshot
Mhm.
an A tier because he can purge and put bleeds. She steals the buffs and puts bleeds.
She dodges.
She dodges.
Death immunity.
Well, so does Suicide Squad Deadshot if you're lucky.
Only
On
if you
the
put her
first
as a
turn
crappy
only.
leader.
On the first, Talia can keep her evasions going
Yes.
throughout the match.
Right,
She has
like a Black Canary.
she has Suicide Squad Deadshot's leadership as a passive without the crit immune, but she gets death immune instead.
And she really doesn't need the crit immunity anyway because she's not as squishy as him.
Plus she gets heal immune. Plus she'll turn their buffs into bleeds, which
Oh, you know what? That 3, she can double hit someone too. So it's
Yeah.
a heavy. It's 2 times. She can double hit someone and kill them.
and when I killed the Swamp Thing, that was Rebirth. She didn't even proc her basic, so I don't know. She's solid. I like her. She's a character that I've even chewed on the idea of rebirthing potentially just because I like her so much. One of my little niche tunes.
And
You
you're
should-
going
you
to
should
be
go.
swimming in Talia shards.
Yeah, and I'll be swimming in Talia shards.
Yeah, I mean, you should go bleed teams next after your stun team.
I don't know. I've never been high on bleed teams, but I've started warming up to them. I don't know. I gotta contemplate strongly because I can go RB5 with both Black Adam and Flash. So I kind of feel like it's wasted if I don't start doing them.
Yeah, so like Flash, you
I'm
would
going to
think.
RB5 the whole Owl team.
So like Flash, you didn't think was that great. And
Oh, he's
then,
good.
And he just, you know,
Siege.
it's not that he does anything better than anyone. He's just good and solid.
He's
Siege.
one of the better counters for Man-Bat.
Yeah, he really is. He's one of the best counters for Man-Bat. Let's talk about Flash
for me,
actually because we have him as a B.
He's a solid A for me. Let's see, where is he?
Yeah,
He should be A. I think we have him listed today.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
After
good.
his rework.
All right, just making sure because I saw B for some reason. I was looking at May.
But okay, so talking about counters, Talia, it's not that she's great at countering, but she steals immunities from people. Well, not stealing immunities, but her buff stealing, she can potentially steal some immunities, and then there you go. You
Yeah.
got an unkillable Talia.
Well, until you guys get her.
She's got a good synergy with Banshee, too.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess with that. Actually, I'm sure there'll be video of that on this episode. You guys did any of you guys play with the rework characters at all? Let's kind of touch on them a little bit, maybe give them a preliminary grade.
I played with them a lot over the last couple days.
So let's
Last
talk
day and a
about.
half or whatever.
Let's talk about. We'll start with Silver Banshee. I haven't played her at all, so I really can't give her a grade.
I really like Silver Banshee right now. I think she's somewhere around B.
Okay.
You need someone to set her up her synergies, but she's solid. Her basic hits so much harder now. I think with the 100% double damage on that, you'd be really good. The great thing is that it feels like she procs all the time, or her AoE.
Yeah, because of the bleeds and the disease, right? Plus
Yeah.
50%.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
it's
big-
80 some odd percent to
Yeah,
actually
that might
proc
even
it.
work for me in loot.
I bet it would.
It just might.
I used
But
her.
her AOE hits is pretty crazy, and it keeps going. Like, it's weird because it says it's only like 40% or something like that.
Oh, but there's a modifier if there's a bleeding.
Yeah, the
Oh,
bleeding
okay,
it
so
doesn't.
with bleeds, it's higher
It gets to 80
because
with
it
bleeding.
feels like it keeps going, and it does work. Like it's good.
Yeah, I played with her a lot the other day, and I used in Red Alert, so I would use like POT Lead and Suicide Squad Deadshot and what's her name? Banshee.
Banshee.
The one we're talking about. Yeah.
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 You know, like plug in Zatanna or Red Robin or somebody like that. That was a pretty solid team because you could get the bleed with Suicide Squad Deadshot and buff removal, and it still didn't proc as much as I kind of wanted it to or felt like it should, but she's definitely a huge improvement from before.
Right. She has 3 best friends now: Red Hood, Talia, and who's the other one? Suicide Squad, Deadshot. Those 3 purges and bleeds.
You're kind of forgetting about Manta.
He doesn't purge though.
No, but he has the bleeds.
Yeah, but you have to purge to have. I mean, granted, you could have Manta on the team and have other purgers,
Mm-hmm.
so it'll work fine. But those three have the combination of a purge with a bleed, which gives her, because right now the legendary upgrade is 30% chance to use death well when a buff purge is performed by an ally, and then plus 50% chance if any enemy is bleeding or has disease.
Oh, okay. So you really do need those purges.
I didn't
Maybe
know
that's
the
why.
disease.
Maybe that's why it was working good with Talia.
Yeah,
Right, because her 2 counts as a purge.
and a bleed.
It's a double. It's perfect.
I actually might use Suicide Squad Deadshot leader, Talia, Silver Banshee, and a Taunter. That might actually be a fun team.
Yeah, but those 2 evasions don't do anything for you.
It'll be okay for Talia. Just to activate her other abilities.
Uh,
I don't plan to evade.
Because you can't.
But I don't have any taunting leaders.
we have that new evasion character on the way.
Oh, right, that Eclipse person.
Oh my god. Well, real quick, let's finish rating Silver Banshee before we talk about him. What would you vote, Luke?
Banshee?
Right now, anyway.
So early to say. I'm thinking a B,
And four?
but super early. Not enough playtime.
Yeah. How about you, Lobo?
B.
Okay, so we'll just call her a B
A B.
for now.
Yep.
That's a good grade. And
One
then,
thing to note, all her damage is now special damage, which is kind of cool. Because before, her basic was physical.
Right.
How about Cyborg Superman? I did play with him. He seems better. I still don't know if I'd upgrade him from a C yet. Maybe a
I think
B.
he sucks.
Maybe B, but yeah, I don't know. I'm still
His
C.
damage has increased dramatically. Even on his his boulder is going to just devastate anybody. And his second ability with the purge and the laser eyes, the damage on that has increased a lot too.
I'm not sure if I've even used the laser eyes, so.
It is dramatically noticeable because before you could have even a red who was almost dead and you use those laser eyes that puts a bunch of crits down on him but doesn't kill. His second move now does a lot more damage than it used to.
Lobo, what's the second ability now? He gains Term Eater, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He
I think
does.
some leader gain from that.
No, the second ability is, well, he's kind of weird. His passive is on the second slot, which is kind of weird for me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the second button that you push on.
All right, so the third skill, the second attack, yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Just to make sure everyone's clear.
But he seems better. But, I mean, granted, I'll use him a ton in Siege, and I'll probably reevaluate, because he can take a hit from Mystics, which is nice.
Yes.
You can't. He's crit immune. I don't know. When I fought Prim's team earlier, thinking it was gonna be a cakewalk, but that guy just one-shot my entire team. Granted, I had a couple reds, but he just one-shot my reds. So he was.
Maybe
I think he's kind of
then.
scary. Yeah.
I had a really different experience than you guys. I was using him as a leader, and he really is a bad leader. He's a selfish leader.
Yeah, he's not a
I
good
don't
leader.
like selfish leaders. So, like, that was kind of, like, tainting it for me, like, just from the get-go. And I don't know, like, maybe I was just fighting too many blue teams because Wonder Girl beat the crap out of him.
Well, it's Wonder Girl.
I mean, there's no such thing as anything.
Who doesn't Wonder Girl kill? Come on.
Man-Bat, that's the only reason I love him so much. He's like
Oh,
the
yeah,
one
yeah.
person that survives
Well-
the whip.
Well, there's two, and Penguin. He
Yeah,
just laughs at the Wonder Girl. But
Those are
outside
like
of
the
those two,
yeah. Those are the two exceptions. So, yeah, let's talk about the new characters briefly, since why not? Because we're not going to have a podcast to talk about them. I've released a podcast every day this week, so I'll probably slow it down just a hair. The Eclipso, he seems like he's going to be a great character, but I am not excited about Harley Quinn Part 2.
Mhm.
I'm like, they love Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
They love evasion. Like, they're like, okay, we've had like a month and a half without evasion, so let's bring it back. The good thing is that Hired Gun Deadshot's just going to destroy him.
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking when people are, oh my god, he's awesome. No, he's gonna get sniped.
But the thing is, I don't
Well,
want to run
if he
Hired
doesn't
Gun
get
Deadshot.
enraged.
Yeah, I don't want to run Hired Gun Deadshot lead with Brainiac again. I don't miss that team.
I haven't used Hired Gun Deadshot in a long time. Since I got Booster. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is,
either way,
Booster's gonna miss.
he can purge though. Oh, you know what? But his purges miss. Talia's
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah, I'll probably be using Talia. And
The attack misses though, right?
Yeah, but
attack can
she
miss.
purges. Okay.
But she can purge. The purge will always land.
then
Okay.
the other thing too is that he does those stupid hit chance downs too. I'm like, oh, really? We're going back
so
to
it's-
invasion meta.
Mm.
So it's a love child between Scarecrow and
Yeah, exactly. It's Harley Quinn plus Scarecrow, the two characters.
That's exactly
that
what
probably
he
annoy me
is.
the
It's
most.
Cabo.
oh.
It's the two annoying characters.
Well, the saving grace is that his basic doesn't hit hard. Because his kit
It's not
says
special.
damage.
Right,
Yes.
it's not special damage.
Right, and so he's a special damage character. He's low strength. So if he retaliates, when he retaliates, he's not gonna hit you hard. So it's not gonna be as bad.
Yeah, Harley hits
It-
like a freaking freight train.
It's kind of weird
So
to me
he's a
though.
utility version of Harley. It's
Yeah.
more of
Well,
a utility.
Yeah.
It depends how hard his. He has a third move that might
Does
hit
it that
hard.
is that AOE or was that single target?
No, it's a single. I think it's a single target.
So that might hit hard actually. Potentially.
Yeah,
Because that's special.
I
damage,
expect him
too.
to hit hard.
Yeah. You
I
know
don't
what's
know.
weird to me? They just fixed Silver Banshee because her basic is non-special damage, and here they came out with a new tune that has her old problem. Which,
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same.
Yeah,
like it's you just it
I think they
baffles
did
me.
that on purpose though in this case because they didn't want him to hit too hard. And just be
They didn't want Harley Part 2 necessarily.
They
'cause
wanted him
Harley-
to be different, but the same.
Yeah, Harley wouldn't have been as bad if she didn't kill you for missing.
Yeah, she'll take like 4 turns in a row. Because at least he didn't get the turn meter when he gets hit.
And then what about the other guy, Spectre?
He just seems like he seems like he's gonna be pretty good, but he's another character. I wasn't real thrilled with this kit because it just seems like Etrigan plus Booster Gold, a little bit less.
Yeah, but they really screwed him up. They had a chance to like make him great, but then they gave him 60% on ramping up when a
Well,
character dies.
you know,
When
in Siege, it's
would have
gonna be
made it
100%.
100. Would have been great.
Yeah, but when you
You
face
know,
him,
it's
it's gonna be
Siege.
100.
Yeah, when in Siege, this is Siege we're talking here. Next month, I predict the RNG is gonna be pretty bad, and he's gonna destroy your team.
He'll destroy my team at 20%. So like, let's get real.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he has a chance to be a pretty good character, but I'm not real excited for him. I don't know. We'll see. He's one of those ones. I read Callius hit and thought she was gonna stink, so I'm gonna reserve judgment. But
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not
sure.
too excited. Yeah, I'm not too excited about him either.
I really don't. I'm not excited about either one of them, to be honest with you. I mean, I know Eclipse. I think Eclipse is going to be a very good character. He seems like it anyway. I'm just not excited about facing him down the road forever.
All right. Oh, hey, it's 10 minutes before reset. You need to buy those.
Yeah, I was doing that as we speak.
Okay, just making sure because I bought mine just now.
I was actually just finishing my.
Wait, what didn't you buy?
Those $5 packs.
Oh, I bought those within the first 30 seconds. of go live.
Oh, well, I was pacing the
Well,
energy.
Well, of course you did loot.
Yeah,
We all
I
knew
was
that.
pacing the energy.
Come on, guys. I got 500 kills today.
Slackers.
All right, guys. So we'll wrap this up. Call it a night. And appreciate everyone coming on. Good luck next
That
month
was
in
fun.
Siege, Professor.
Oh, thank you. Same to everyone else.
I just really hope they
Bad
don't
luck
break
for
Siege
Dume.
this month.
M4.
Oh, I'm not gonna fight for it. So
Good.
Riddler.
Knock
Yeah,
yourself
we
out.
did last time. So.
I can tell Riddler and Constantine are gonna be a pain to fight next month.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not looking
Those
forward to
those
that.
two are.
I
gonna
don't
be
even know
good
if I'm gonna
together.
go for it for that reason. Constantine. Ugh. I'm so tired of him. All right, everybody. Have a
All
good
right.
one.
Hi, this is Target 88, and thanks for listening to WROL Broadcast. If you like the show, then please consider becoming a patron by going to patreon.com/WROL Broadcast. You know, Loot, I've heard you become such a big whale that even Greenpeace has offered you protection.